What up, y'all? It's DJ NV Gia Casey. We are the KC crew. Now, no podcast this week, and that's because Gia has been in the kitchen slaving for the family the whole week. Thanksgiving is this week, so happy holidays to you and your family. But we do have something special today. The real life, real food with Gia Casey. She breaks down all her dishes. She actually prepares it and cooks it and shows you how to do it. So if you're interested in oxtail, jerk turkey, we call it jerky, or whatever food dishes you into, Gia's gonna prepare it for you, and you can check it out right now. Make sure you subscribe, Real Life, Real Food, right now, and check out the first episode.
I got the flavor just right, yeah. You taste love in every bite. You bring your plate, I pass the spoon. From my heart to you, real life, real food. From my heart to you.
Hello, hungry people. Welcome to Real Life, Real Food. I'm your host, Gia Casey. To one side of me, I have my very good friend, Crystal.
Hello.
And to the other side of me, I have my very good friend, Mercedes, who we also call Benz. We are welcoming you into my kitchen in my home, which we affectionately call the Casey Comfort Kitchen. Today, we are going to be serving up something special for you. We're not going to be cooking for you, though. We're going to be cooking with you. On today's menu is one of my favorite things to eat in the history of food.
Top 3 dinner line.
Definitely. Oxtail. So if you are Caribbean or West Indian, you
Jamaican.
know. I appreciate a good book though. You would know it very, very well. So I think that we can all agree that the kitchen is the heartbeat of every home. It certainly is the heartbeat of my home, and I suspect that it's the heartbeat of yours. Why? Because so many warm and affectionate memories get made in the kitchen. Today, we're going to be sharing some of that kitchen magic with you. So, are you ready?
No, I don't know if you're ready because I'm ready.
Are you
I'm
ready?
hungry right now.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Well, the way that I invest in my children, and if you don't know me, I have 6 beautiful children. Crystal has
4.
Benz is going to be cooking and practicing for the kids that are to come.
Future basketball team.
Yes. So we invest a lot of time and a lot of love nurturing our children. So what's part of that is investing time in choosing my cookware, love in choosing my cookware. These are, this wasn't gotten for the show. These are pieces of my actual cookware collection that I've been cooking for my family with for a very, very long time. At least several times a week. Not every day. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I cook every single day, but many days out of the week, I make a nice, hearty, nourishing meal for my kids. So, I want to give you a tour of my cookware collection because it's something that I kind of hold near and dear to me because
Yes, you do.
I associate it with family and love and home. So, please, take a walk with me over to my pantry. So let's go. So here is part of my cookware collection. The brand is called Le Creuset. It's a French brand. It comes in a myriad of colors. I mean, any color that you desire, they probably make their cookware in. What makes this brand so special is that it is enamel coated cast iron. So I'll suffice it to say that it has its charms when it comes to cooking. And you'll notice that I have many different sizes, many different shapes, different ones that suit different purposes. I even have a French press and frying pans, a rice pot, 7.5 quarts, etc., etc. You get the idea. Even these cute little things that you may have seen on my counter that are called croquettes. And you can use these to make little mini mashed potatoes, little mini individualized mac and cheeses for your guests, etc. But I love this brand, and this is part of my collection that I keep on display. There's more in my pantry, so let me show you. So, welcome into my pantry. This is another part of my cookware collection, which I'll tell you about in just a second. But if you look above, I have many more Le Creuset frying pans, different depths, different circumferences, etc. These are called chef pans. I have mugs, I have teapots, I have bakeware, which they refer to as stoneware. I have These aren't fully enamel, these are enamel coated, but they're steel on the inside. I would say that Le Creuset is probably my favorite simply because it's cast iron, and if you are, again, from a West Indian household, a Dutch pot is everything. So that's why I love them. But I also love my all-clad copper core cookware. You may be wondering why I have so many pieces of cookware, and the reason is because I absolutely love a party and I love to entertain. I also have a big family, so sometimes I might need 2 of the same pans. I might need 2 of the same pans in alternating sizes, cooking at the same time. I may need all different types of sizes for my rice, for my mashed potatoes, for my mac and cheese, for my desserts, for my bread. Believe it or not, you can cook really amazing bread in Le Creuset. So what makes Copper Core by All Clad special is the fact that, well, what's identified by this copper rim that you see at the bottom. So All Clad is known for their metals that are clad, meaning fused together, if you will. So this is 5 layers of steels or different metals. So on the outermost, we have stainless steel and stainless steel. Then we have aluminum and aluminum. Then in the center, we have copper. Why? Because second to gold, copper is the fastest conductor of heat. So these are actually professional pans and pots. And why are they professional? You have to have a certain skill and know how to cook with them because they conduct heat so fast. If not, you run the risk of burning your food. So moving on from that, you'll notice many. I have 24 of each style. These are, what would I call them? Micro pots and pans. Again, I love when I go out to eat and I'm being served a side or a mini dish in my own pot or pan. So let me give you a little bit of a closer look. Again, these are all by All Clad, the ones in stainless steel. The ones in cast iron above are not. And pardon, you'll notice that these all have a raw edge, and it's because I myself had to go to Home Depot and have these shelves cut for me because I needed more shelves to house all of these micro pots and pans. So that's a little micro pot. This I would call like a micro individualized saute pan. I would use this to serve green beans or asparagus, things of that nature. This is a mini little frying pan. I've served mushrooms in these. And again, sometimes I want stainless steel, and sometimes I want cast iron, depending on what it is. I love cast iron for mashed potatoes. Let's see. And this is similar to this, but just in different metals. So it all depends on how I want to entertain and what it is that I'm serving. So maybe the next time I do a big dinner party and I'm cooking for, I don't know, 16 to 24 people, I'll show you guys. So that's pretty much a tour of my cookware. I hope you enjoyed it. But now I'm gonna take you back to the kitchen. Okay, guys, welcome back to the kitchen. So, ladies, to commiserate our first episode, I got you guys a drink.
Ooh, yay!
Here's yours, Chris.
Ooh, my favorite.
Yes. And
thank you.
Here is
Thank you,
yours.
thank you,
You'll
thank
see
you.
it's a glass of Bailey's. This is my drink of choice.
Yeah,
As
might
I
as
know
well.
is yours. Salute.
Ben's just likes to drink.
Okay, period. Might not put it down.
Probably won't.
You definitely won't put it down. Just rest assured that she's going to have that glass in her hand until I ask her to wash the oxtails.
Even then, she's going to be whipping it with the drink.
Yes. So I'd like to start by kind of familiarizing you guys with everything that's on the island. Because I know you're probably watching like, girl, when I cook, it is not this much of a production. But when I cook, it kind of is. I like for everything to be very organized because when things are haywire, I just don't function as well. I like to see everything. I like everything handy at my fingertips for me to use. So I spend a lot of time preparing, and then I spend the rest of the time obviously cooking. So we're going to start with the cookware. These are the Le Creuset pieces that we just talked about in my pantry. This one is the size 7 1/4. This one is 5 1/2. And this one is 6 3/4. And as you can see, this one is shaped like an oval.
And these are some heavy pots.
Yeah.
Okay?
They are.
They heavy.
You have no
Quality.
These are
If
good
you
quality.
have not held one of these, like this,
Yeah, that's heavy.
if you drop this, you will break your entire foot. Seriously, they're very, very heavy. Why do I have 3 pots? This one is for the first half of the oxtail that we're going to be preparing because you can cook oxtail 4 different ways. You can do it stovetop, you can do it in the oven, you can do it in a pressure cooker, and you can do it in a crock pot. We're going to be showing you 2 different ways, which is stovetop and in the oven. So half is going to go in this round one. This is going to be on the stovetop, and this one is going to go into the oven. So this way, you can decide how you want to do it. And you know what? When we're all done, we'll show you the tenderness and if there are any differences. I've never compared them in one cooking. Sometimes I've done it on the stovetop, but in one cooking to just be like blow for blow, which one's better? I've never done it.
Question.
Yes.
So this one's mine and this is yours.
All right, with your big
She's not
back
playing though,
behavior.
but she's not playing. I don't like the term big back.
Listen, I'm a
feel like
big
that
back and I'm
saying-
okay with that.
I feel like that saying has too much life. I mean, I like big belly because
Listen, I don't care. Big back, big belly.
you
I want it
know,
all.
belly full.
if someone calls you a big back, you're not offended.
I'm not,
Let me tell
because
you now.
I identify as that. I'm okay with that.
Do I do?
I do. Those are my people, and I will go out with them.
Me and my fellow big back.
Yes.
Not my
Okay,
people.
okay.
It is a state of mind, okay?
Okay,
Not
okay.
a physical being.
So now I'm going to introduce you to the ingredients. So,
Wait. What's going in that pot?
Did I not say? The rice.
Right.
Okay,
Did I not say that?
No.
Okay.
So
Well,
it's
this
fine. I
pot
didn't know if it was more oxtail.
is for the, if you had your way.
Yes. A pot for her to take home.
Right.
So first we're going to start with the Spur Tree Oxtail Marinade. Now, speaking of the marinade, some of you may love to make your marinades from scratch.
Yeah, the green sauce.
There are certain things that I cook where I make my marinade or my sauce from scratch. However, this one is not one of those examples. Why? Because it's excellent. And I'd be hard pressed to believe that if I made mine from scratch, it would be any better.
You could do it. It's just time
To
consuming.
make it better, it's excellent.
It is good,
It's
but I think you
excellent.
could do it. But
And if it was better, by how much?
Yeah, it's
and would it
not
be
worth the
worth the
time.
time
Yeah.
and the effort? And if you have children,
yeah.
I don't have that kind of
Yeah, that's
time
true.
if there is a viable alternative,
Yeah.
which that is. So I prefer to purchase mine. Next is my Blue Mountain Dry Oxtail Seasoning. This one's my favorite. There are many different brands. You can choose yours, but this one is mine. Now this is my heavy hitter. I love this. And maybe on a future day, you'll see that they also have one for poultry, but specifically. But this one is my Maggie all-purpose seasoning. and I adore it.
Goes on everything.
Yes, you can use it for everything. That, just like this, they're not particularly salty. They're just full of, yes, they're just full of flavor, you know? This is our Badia Complete Seasoning. Next, we have our Grace Browning. Now, with the browning, again, you can make this at home on your stovetop. I'm not going to waste the time. Grace makes a great product. Then we have, also by Grace, our butter beans. Now, this is our controversial ingredient.
Guest of honor.
Okay.
It's very controversial.
Yes. She calls it our guest of honor. It is not typical to put potatoes in your oxtail.
Yes, I didn't like
Did he try it and didn't like it?
He didn't like it. He don't want the potatoes.
Oh, he didn't believe in it.
Oh, you liked it.
See, our camera guy was a non-believer.
Yeah.
But
He wants some spinners in it. He wants dumpling, little spinners.
he wants dumpling. We tried it. You know what? I'm going to put a pause on the potato story. So, in full disclosure, we prepared the oxtail for you guys yesterday. Yes. Why? Because we're natural cooks, right? Like, I don't know if your mom ever really sat in the kitchen, like with measuring spoons and everything. It's like you just know it, as my mom will call it, by hand. You
Season
know
what love. Till the ancestors tell you to stop.
Yes. It's like, you know how many shakes or how many you need to put into your pot. But I can't tell you guys how many shakes or, you just do it until it feels good. You're not going to know what that means. So we had to make it yesterday so that we could measure our seasonings so we could tell you how much we use. Yep. Yes. So our camera guy, S. He wanted dumpling in his because he's also Jamaican. Yeah. He wanted little spinners, but I never ate my oxtail with dumpling. But we made it for him. I don't know how he felt about it because I didn't circle back to him. Did you like it?
I loved it.
He loved it. My husband didn't love it. Crystal didn't love it. She didn't love it. They forgot to include it in my plate, so the jury is out.
No, I just thought it was too much with the potatoes and the butter beans.
And Crystal said that it made the sauce thicker because there's a specific consistency that we expect our oxtail gravy to be, and apparently it wasn't that. Yeah. So, getting back to my potatoes, I love potatoes in my oxtail. I've never had it made by anybody else except me, but potato just
soaks up all the seasoning and gravy.
Soaks up all of the oxtail gravy. And it's like when you order oxtail at your local Jamaican restaurant, you always order extra oxtail gravy. There is this one place they charge for extra oxtail gravy, and I take it personally.
I get it on my fried chicken.
I don't like that. I feel like it should just be offered up. But whichever way, it sucks up that greatness. So I put potato in mine. So you can choose to include potato in yours or not. That is up to you. This is Scotch bonnet, and I'm actually risking my life by picking this up with my bare hand. I never really pick it up without a glove, but if I accidentally rub my eye, they might be taking me to the emergency room because that pepper is hella hot. Yeah. Okay. Then we have our onions. Oh, and actually, let me show you. So I explained to you what these were earlier in the video, but in this instance, we're also using it to separate our seasonings. This way, it's just a little bit more efficient for you when we're cooking, that when I tell you what the measurement is, we're just gonna dump it in our mixing bowl or our pudding pot, and then you'll know and we'll move along very, very quickly. Speaking of pudding pot, this is our mixing bowl. Again, in the Caribbean, we call it a pudding pot. This is our vinegar, white vinegar, apple cider vinegar, whatever you choose.
Just wash your meat.
Mix with our lemon to wash your meat. Now, please do not comment. You're not supposed to wash your meat. You don't have to wash your meat. There's this big thing where you're not supposed to wash your meat. You're supposed to take it right out the packaging and wash it. Do it. If that's
we were raised in Jamaican households.
I wash my meat. Period. Because I have an aversion to salmonella. So then we have thyme
We have our scallion, we have our onions, our gloves, because I don't want to get any of that underneath my nails, and I think it's kind of nasty in certain instances to mix food with your bare hands. This is just a little bit
And
more
your hands smell like
sanitary
seasoning
for
forever
like
after,
days. Yes. Then we have our cutting board, we have our oven mitts, we have our pot holders, we have our measuring cups, our measuring spoons, my tongs, yes. We have our wooden spoons. So for my pots, doesn't matter what kind of pot, I use wooden spoons because I will not be scratching up my pots. And then we have our white basmati rice. Did I forget anything?
I'm looking around.
I don't think I forgot anything.
Everything.
Oxtail is here, y'all.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The most important, the star of the show.
You know I'm not gonna forget to tell about that.
Yes, our oxtail. So, this is 8 pounds of oxtail. So, all of our measurements are going to pertain to 8 pounds of oxtail. So, if you're cooking 4 pounds, for instance, you're going to cut our measurements by half, obviously. And 8 pounds, I would say, feeds
4 to 6
one
or
if
Benz.
you are Mercedes, okay? But if you're a normal family, I would say that it feeds 4 to 6.
Yeah, maybe with a little bit of leftovers.
4 to 6 and leftovers?
A little bit.
I mean, I'm heavy-handed when it comes to serving, so I would say a good 5. But you'll know your household, and once you make it, you'll be able to determine for the second time.
Some people might make this stretch more. Oxtail is expensive now. You might just get
Oxtail
2
is
pieces.
expensive.
Yes, it is.
Yes. I would say this is 8 pounds.
Probably about 70.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was
70
about
to
$150 for
Because we did
16
16 pounds.
Yeah.
So this meat is about, call it $75 more or less. Okay? So let's get to cooking.
So now it's time to wash our oxtail. We're going to use 1 cup of vinegar and about 2 lemons.
Tell me when, because it's on this side.
It's on this side.
Oh, I see.
Yep, perfect.
All right.
And then you could just pour that in
Oh,
here.
pour it in.
Yep. So we like our meat very clean. We're going to fill this up with water almost to the very top. And Benz and I are going to squeeze some lemons. You can use lemon juice. You can use lime juice. Some people only use vinegar. It's up to you. But I like to use this with...
And she says we gotta...
Not warm water, but like room temperature water. I like to get the pieces. It's just how my mother did it, so...
Oh, this
Tradition.
is like mucky water.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But it's a lot of stuff. But some people say don't wash your meat. I disagree.
But look at all this stuff.
Yeah.
So if you don't wash it, that's what's going to be on it?
I mean, yeah, you just transfer it, but to each his own. Squeeze it, girl.
I got you.
Squeeze it. You know how to squeeze. And we're
enough
gonna,
water?
yeah. So we're gonna let it sit for about a minute.
All right. Wow, this water is like, look at the color. Oh my goodness. Nasty.
So it's just
You can't even see the oxtail. Where it at?
We're switching them out. You're not getting any. Yeah, and we'll just do this process, let it sit, and then we'll rinse it off about 2 to 3 times with just water. And that's how I wash my oxtail.
So wash it, pour it out?
Yeah. And that's all you, Benzie.
All right. Dad, Chris, there's a lot of water in here.
It is. Gotta get it clean.
All right, there we go. Now I can do it. It was heavy.
You strong. I see you in the gym.
Period.
Unbigging your back. Don't tell me.
Just so that I can big it back some more.
Well, you know
All right,
you
here
gotta
we go.
pick and choose your battles.
All right, that's good.
Yep.
There we go. So more water, right?
Yep, we're gonna rinse it again. I would say about 2 to 3 times. Just like that. Get all up in there. Don't be shy. You ain't afraid of meat.
Nah, I ain't afraid of no meat now. Crystal, you see what I'm talking about? We cooking.
We are cooking.
Now, do you fill it till it covers it?
Just a little bit, yeah. Just to cover the meat.
All right. How's that?
That looks good, and then we'll wash it.
Wash it again?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna turn this off.
Pour it off. Yes. We won't waste water.
The water definitely looked different.
Yeah, getting all that muck off of it.
Okay. Again?
Yep. And then I'm gonna get the bigger pudding pan because I like to transfer it and season it in a different pan. You don't have to though.
So after this time,
Let's see how it looks.
okay.
If you think you want to wash it one more time, you can. It's optional. I think it looks pretty good. What do you think?
Yeah.
All right. Because you can see the oxtail
I was about to say, now you couldn't see it in the beginning. I don't want to lose none of my oxtail here now.
Don't lose it. Oh, good catch.
All right now. Where you trying to go? Oh!
That's okay. We'll rinse that one separately. All right, it's okay. Start transferring and I'll wash
Can I
it.
just pour it?
I would squeeze it off because you're
Squeeze
going to
it
get the water.
individually?
Yeah. No, you could squeeze it like a bunch with your hand.
So y'all know I'm a newbie cooker because I was about to do one by one. But this is why we doing this.
Yep.
How's that?
Yep. Some people use a big strainer, you know, the one you could fit across your sink. Mm-hmm. And then that way they catch it. Whatever makes your life easier.
You don't want the lemons in there, right?
No. That
I don't think I put none in.
No, that would. I wouldn't eat those.
I'm gonna give that to you and Guy and be like, yeah, that's oxtail.
Yeah, nah. Gia and I know better. We've had a lifetime of good oxtail.
I'll be the one to eat the lemon. How's that?
Yep, you get those last.
That's it?
Yep. And then,
All right.
boom. That's it.
Voila.
Kia, you're the only person I know that washes their gloves. I'm big on gloves, but that's weird.
Why is she
Washing my
washing her
gloves?
I don't know they're sterile.
Cleanliness is next to godliness.
Okay.
And not for nothing, these are plastic gloves that are made in somebody's manufacturing factory. And I don't trust that there's no residue or anything on it. So I don't want any of that potential residue in my food. So yes, I'm
I respect
washing
it. It's just weird.
my gloves. It might be slightly weird. I'll own that. All right.
You good?
Yes, I'm great actually. All right, so now it's time to season, but not before I give you this funny anecdote. When they were transferring the oxtail from the wash pan to this one of the pieces of oxtail fell into the garbage disposal.
The big oxtail.
It was
Me and Crystal were just like, all right, we're gonna turn that bad boy on and chop it up. She said, no oxtail left behind. And she stuck her hand into the garbage disposal
Listen, that
and rescued the oxtail.
And washed it. We washed it again.
Whether it made it into this
Can you
pudding
show the
pan or
size?
not,
Piece. Show the size of the piece.
It may or may not
Look
be
at that.
this piece. I'm pretty sure it's
or
this
it
piece.
may or may not have made it into the garbage pan when she wasn't looking.
Yes. Who knows?
Who knows?
Don't worry about it.
Yes.
Wow. What about your friends?
You can sacrifice your whole hand for nothing.
Crazy. We told you not to do it.
Okay, so
Shit in my head.
now, you put your drink down. All right, because you
Girl,
know you about to
bring-
season. No,
I'm about to season, but hold on.
You gotta pat. Yeah, not before you get your drink. Okay.
All right,
So
all right.
the first seasoning that we are going to apply is our oxtail dry seasoning.
Look at these little cute things. Oh, look at that little cute little baby.
So this is 1/3 cup of oxtail seasoning.
Get in there.
You know what? Here, I'm gonna hand this to you while I massage.
Oh, yeah. And then you need me to put some more?
Oh, hold on. This is real.
Oh, yes. I'm about to say.
That's how you know the seasoning.
That's how you know it.
Yeah.
You took a sniff. A hit of oxtail seasoning.
You all right?
Yes. It is tingling in my nose. So when you dump seasoning, some of it goes into the air and can enter your nose. So clearly be mindful of that.
Oh.
Get in there, girl.
All right. Give me another shot.
Is the you want the last? Oh, there you go. There you go.
Get it all out.
It's on.
Dump it
It's
out.
coming. It's coming. Bam.
All right.
Wait, actually, bam.
Thank you.
Welcome.
So right now I'm just gonna give it a good little mix. Just to evenly distribute it. I typically spend a lot of time doing this. I'm not going to spend as much time as I typically do so that you guys don't have to suffer through it. But next is our Maggie's all-purpose seasoning. In this, we're going to use 1/2 cup.
Maggie gives
sprinkle?
it that great flavor.
Sorry, you know I'm a lefty.
Not salty, but like flavorful.
Let's do this one in thirds.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. Just I'm not working too hard with the distribution.
Every oxtail needs some seasoning.
There you go, babe.
Gotcha.
That's good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Probably got like 2 more of these.
All right, so then do it in fourths.
Yeah, because that's a lot. Oh, it looks yes.
How's it smell?
Good.
All right.
All right,
That's
then we
good.
got
Yeah, get one more after that.
Yep.
Yeah. I can smell it. You smell
Right,
how
yes.
it changes.
I was about to say they have different.
Yeah, they have different aromas. They have different tastes. Also, funny fact, Gia is the only weird person I know that tastes her seasoning. Like the first time, she's like, I just dab it here and I lick it. And I'm looking at her like, you taste the
So you
seasoning.
gotta taste your seasonings. You gotta know what you're putting in your food.
It's true.
She actually literally tastes every single thing. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
bye-bye.
I did it for the first time yesterday.
Yeah, we tried some other recipes not too long ago, and we said, you know what, let's experiment with some new seasonings. And those seasonings, I was like, yeah, I definitely want to know exactly what it tastes like before I apply it, so I know that I'm going to get my desired result. All right, let's use the
Last
rest.
bit.
Yeah.
All done.
All right.
I will hand you whenever you're ready.
Yep, you can grab that. So next is the Badia Complete, and that's another 1/3 cup.
I'll give you a little sprinkle.
Sprinkles.
Yeah, we can do that no, that we could do in the thirds.
See, different flavor changes.
I
the scent.
wanna.
Girl.
Told you, weird. Interesting. Maybe weird is not the right word. I would say interesting.
I'll take weird. I don't mind. No offense taken. Oh, and a little side note while I'm mixing, I double glove. So each hand has 2 gloves on because of my nails. Sometimes when I'm mixing vigorously, my nails will pop through. So if you have nails or that are slightly longish, and mine aren't long, they're just there past my fingertips, you might want to double glove. All right.
Yeah, that looks good.
I think this is going to be the rest. That's it.
Yeah, that's good. It's okay, I have more.
Oopsie. But
This is real
to
stuff
show
that
you
happens in the kitchen.
quality of Le Creuset, you can see it hasn't been dinged. This is quality. Good quality. Because anything else would have broke. And it's not
That's not
scratched.
scratched.
Nope.
Exactly. That's a little, get that little thing off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like, I think, a piece of lemon.
Oh.
All right. So next we have our garlic powder, and that's going to be 2 tablespoons.
Yes, you can use fresh garlic if you like. As we mentioned, we're convenient chefs. We're just gonna dump it all in there.
Yeah, it's only 2 tablespoons.
Yeah. So
as you're mixing, just make sure that you turn and pay attention to your pieces in case any particular ones aren't getting a lot of love. Just pick them out and work the seasoning in.
You would say, not getting a lot of love.
she's
Love
on
all
the
your
Listen, we put a lot of love into this food.
Yeah.
You know, like the worst feeling is when you make a meal, you take your time, you put your heart and your soul into it, and you make a meal for somebody and they either don't say thank you or they don't tell you how good your food is. And even if it's not good, you want them to lie to you.
Oh no.
Good constructive
And that's like, why are you looking at me?
Don't lead with negative.
We're saying that because one of our good friends made some curry chicken two days ago?
Yeah.
It was 2 days ago. 2 days ago. And it was good. It was good.
It was.
And she gave our camera guy, S. Dot, a plate because she brought a plate over for each of us. And when she came back the next day to ask him, to ask
excited.
all of us what we thought about the food, he said, it was too salty.
Just like
No,
that.
actually, he was like, I mean, it was too salty.
And then it was a pause.
And our faces dropped, and she was like, basically like, oh, too salty good, or just, you know.
He was like,
nah, it was just too
salty.
salty.
In Estot's defense, he is an authentic Jamaican who grew up with his mother making and his grandmother.
So he's a harsh critic.
Yes.
But he didn't have to tell her that her food was too salty. And if he was compelled to be honest, he should have started by complimenting whatever he could have complimented,
Or said thank
and
you.
then telling her what he really thought at the end. Like, you know, thank you so much for making me this meal or for sharing it with me. You didn't have to do that. You know, it was really tender and, you know, it had good color and the rice was really good, whatever. It was a little too salty, a little bit salty for my taste, but it was great.
Yeah, I'm a ride with Esther. I like blunt honesty, and that's how Jamaicans
You're a dream
are.
killer. That's
It's
why.
honesty. What if she gives everybody high blood pressure and no one's telling her the truth?
No,
Listen.
tell the truth. It's just the way that you say
The way you deliver it.
My experience has been like with my friends that cook for boyfriends, whatever. When your food doesn't get complimented, it really burns in a special type of way. Yeah. So I try to avoid that at all costs, which is why I make sure that all of my oxtail is seasoned to perfection. Okay, I don't want to go through that. All right. Next, we're gonna add the browning.
Oh, shoot.
We're gonna do the
Look at
browning
me.
first.
Ready to hurt me.
You could pass me that.
Sure can.
We are going to do 1 tablespoon of that. But for me, it wasn't really worth measuring because that we're just going to do a drizzle. And you're going to drizzle it until all of your oxtail looks nice and brown.
All right.
Hit it.
Hit the drizzle. Hit the drizzle. Tell me when to stop.
That's good. That's good. So you guys saw that. So you can infer. Now is when my oxtail is going to get nice and brown.
This is where the magic happens.
Yeah, so no, the magic happens with the marinade.
Yeah, the marinade
This is where
different.
the magic is born. Okay, this is where it starts.
Magic's cousin.
Yes. All right, so you guys saw what the oxtail looked like when it was only seasoned with dry seasoning. So I'm going to show you what that little bit of browning does to the color. We got to massage this one real good.
Can even wipe it on it.
Yeah, I know, right?
That looks good, though.
And I'm a patient person. So I will take forever to do anything as long as it means that my end result is going to be good.
But that's a good virtue.
Oh, yeah. All right. Now we're going to use our oxtail marinade, and we're going to use 3/4 cup of that.
That's this here, right?
Yes.
Don't be like me and drop it.
Oh, see, I'm over here like,
Ooh.
Because this you don't want to drop. Right.
Yeah,
So
just pour it. A little bit high so they can see. Yep.
So yeah, this is just like a green seasoning blend with some browning already in it. And there's lots of recipes if you want to make
I'm
green.
gonna take this one. I'm gonna take this one.
Yeah,
dip
scoop
your
it
finger
out.
right
Oh, yeah.
Get all that.
Oh yeah.
Get up in there.
She's literally not leaving nothing.
I don't like to be wasteful.
She does not. That is a 100%.
Thank you,
Look,
Renee.
look,
You know
she
what?
found some on the side. She
There you
ain't
go.
leaving that too.
Right there. Dead.
All right.
Give means business.
Oh yes. This is the part.
Oh, look at that.
It smells so good.
Oh, that looks good. That looks so good.
Yeah. So, guys, this is what it's looking like.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Brown. Like us.
Like Oxtail.
Yes. Oh, yes.
I'm ready to eat it right now.
Okay, is it cooked?
These are some really good knives. They cut like butter. And I like the thinly sliced it. Because I mix it up in the seasoning just like here. That's enough because we're only using half.
So now we're going to move on to our natural seasoning. So, Benz, can you please pass me the thyme and Scotch bonnet?
Gotcha. Gordon?
Just dump it in there. Yep, thank you.
Okay.
Crystal, can you next pass me the onion, please?
Absolutely.
So just for reference, we used 1/2 of Scotch bonnet and 2 sprigs of thyme.
Yep. Because Gia loves pepper, as we mentioned before.
Okay, this is 1 onion cut up.
Get out of here.
Thank you. Next, can you please pass me the scallion?
Absolutely.
So I'm going to separate
it?
my
Got it.
onion so that I have more surface area. And I can mix it around better.
And I'm cautious. Holding this for dear life.
And we've cut up 2 stalks of scallion. You can dump it. Thank you, babe.
Yeah, these natural seasonings bring out, I love the smell.
Yes. Oh, yes. Especially thyme
It smells good. It smells fresh.
and scallion.
Yeah. I love when we first started cooking together, how you told me about how it made you, because I saw Gia, weirdly again, I'm like, Gia, why are you sniffing the thyme in the scallion? And then she explained to me like that her mom would cook and it reminded her of her mom. So it's very nostalgic for her. But if you see her sniffing it, it's just...
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And, you know, if you guys don't know, my mom is no longer with me. So cooking is a way that I feel closer to her. So I'm sure some of you can relate. Oh, you know what I didn't mention? When it comes to the Scotch bonnet, you have to be a little bit careful with how much you apply to your pot, because Scotch bonnet, some are more spicy than others. So what I typically do is when I cut it, I smell it to see exactly how strong it is. And based upon how it smells, I might add another 1/2 or 1/4 of another one, or dial back 1/4 or so. So you can use your discretion when it comes to that, and also take into consideration what your spice tolerance is. Just like Crystal mentioned, I love spicy food. I could damn near bite into a pepper. Some people can't tolerate it. So for me, cooking for my family, my kids don't like spicy. I just use 1/2 of a relatively mild Scotch bonnet, which is nice when you're, cooking for a large group of people. All right, guys, I think that we are good, and I think it's time to move on to the next step.
It's time to hit the stove and the oven.
All right, so now we're going to get our meat into the pots. So first, let me test it, make sure I don't burn myself. Yes. So first, we're gonna put our fire on low. Thank you, babe. And we're gonna use extra virgin olive oil, but you can use the oil of your choice. This is just the oil that we use in our household. Thank you. And this, I'm not gonna give you a specific measurement. All you have to do is coat the bottom of your pot.
Yep.
Thank you.
I got you.
All right. So we're gonna let this heat up for about 7 minutes?
Yeah, just about 7
For about 7 minutes, okay? But in the meantime, we're gonna move half of our oxtail into the 6 3/4 quart oval Dutch pot. And that's the one that's gonna go in the oven.
Yes.
So Crystal's gonna do that for you.
And we've preheated the oven to 400. We're going to put our meat in.
So, earlier, we referred to this as being a West Indian, Caribbean dish, but the truth is that oxtail is used all over the world, in Europe, in Asia, Africa, as well as the West Indies. It's kind of part of this like nose to tail way of eating, in a sense, which means that you pretty much don't waste any part of the animal, hence
right.
the tail. It's a resourceful, sustainable, and mindful way of eating, especially way back when there were slaves or people that had to be resourceful, mindful, and sustainable. Yeah. So they used the tail of the cow, and it wound up being, something that proved to be nutritious and
delicious.
And that's why it's gone so far. So that's a little history on why a lot of us eat oxtail.
No meat left behind that. All right, Gia.
You good?
So we're going to add about 4 cups of water to this. We're going to cover it. So could you pour the water in here for me? I think it's about 4 cups.
Okay. So
you may
4
have
cups.
to add a little bit more. We'll see. So you want to cover your oxtail because we're going to want lots of gravy. As Gia told you, she loves extra gravy.
Okay. So I'm actually going to fill up another 4 cups.
And as I mentioned, the oven's been preheated to 400. So we're going to put it in there for about 2 hours. But if you have more meat or you're cooking a larger quantity, you have to cook it for longer because we like our oxtail to fall off the bone, and you'll see. So yeah, just add a little. I think we don't need any more. We'll check it as it's cooking, and if it needs a little bit more. It's not centered.
I didn't have it twisted the right way. Yeah.
All right, let me watch it put. So we're gonna put it in our oven and set our timer and then check on it in about 2 hours. But this can take anywhere from 2 to 3 hours depending how much meat you're cooking, maybe even 4 hours depending how old and tough your cow is.
Yeah, so what you do is, you take a fork, you stick it in, take a piece out, and test it. I will cook my meat because different cows, different situations. So like she said, some will fall off the bone, some won't. So you may want to test it. So I'll take a little piece, and if it doesn't fall off the bone,
cook it a little
I'm
longer.
going to cook it a little longer until I get my desired result. Okay, so we're going to start putting 7 minutes yet, you think?
No, it's probably been like 3.
About 3 minins? Oh.
But it might,
Dang.
let's see. We can drop an onion in there and see.
Yeah, let's test the oil.
I'll let you do it.
Okay. So I'm going to take a small onion, and I drop it in. That's good.
Yeah, I think so.
That's actually good. When it sizzles and you could tell that your onion is starting to cook, then it's a good time to put your oxtail in.
Yeah.
So listen, some people will dump the whole batch in. I don't like getting burned. I cannot get those little splatters of hot oil. So I'm gonna put mine in with my tongue.
And that's
you
the
hear
best
that
way
sound?
to do it anyway, because it browns.
You hear that sound? Oh, I love that.
Do you smell it? Well, you can't, but
you guys aren't
smells
so
like
lucky.
heaven in here.
Yes. Thank you. Perfect.
And this is searing the seasoning into the meat as well.
So once I coat the bottom, then I can dump the rest, because then I can rest assured that no oil is gonna splash on me.
And I know many of you may individually sear each piece, and I get it, but the seasoning's on there.
I'm gonna stick one more piece in here, one more small piece for this little spot that I have.
Yeah.
And now we can dump the rest.
All right, at this point, we're gonna start stirring. So you can see a nice thick gravy is starting to form. We've seared our meat so the flavor is locked in. And guys, if you could smell this, well, I'm sure you'll be tasting this when you try this at home. And my beautiful co-host is going to pour some water in the pudding pan and mix it with the spoon to get all the flavors out of it.
Yeah, so there's a lot of flavor in this pan, so we just don't want to waste it. So we're just gonna get it all up. And then we're gonna pour it over our oxtail, and it's gonna make that beautiful gravy that we keep talking about.
Perfect. And you want to cover your meat so that way it's just cooking in this. We scrape it off the sides, make sure it's all leveled, and we're gonna close this up.
Yeah, I want to scrape it off the sides to make sure that it doesn't burn on the inside of the pot.
And then also on the bottom, get that thickness that we saw before. I'm telling you guys, it smells delicious.
Seriously, if you guys
Could smell what we're smelling right now, you just might die.
Wow.
So since we're here at the stove, I just want to mention a little thing. One way to quickly make me literally cringe is when someone takes a pot and they want to move it, but instead of picking it up and placing it, they slide it and scratch up the bottom of their pot. So just make sure that you do your best to take care of your pots and pans. Just like, when she was stirring everything around, it's like, all right, let's get all of that off at the side. So, because I just don't want anything to bake on, crust on, and then be difficult to remove.
Okay, so we're about 45 minutes into cooking, and we are taking a moment to check our pot and stir it around a little bit.
And guys,
Hold on, no, seriously. That is really amazing. All right, let's close that back. And now we're gonna check the oxtail in the oven below.
hi guys, we're about to make our rice, our basmati rice. I'm using about 4 cups of dry rice, and we're gonna use, it's double, it's 2 cups of water to 1 cup of rice. So,
It's 3.
thank you, guys. And then the last Well, the next thing we're gonna do, which is an important step, I know some of you may not wash your rice, but in this Jamaican household, we do. All right, Benz, you can start washing.
All right, gotcha.
Right.
There we go. Yeah, was it? Turn it on?
Yeah. So you can see it's all starchy and bubbly, get all that. Sometimes stuff come off of it.
That's good.
Yep, and then we're gonna wash that off and you can see this brown
right
stuff.
there.
Yeah. So I know a lot of y'all don't wash y'all rice, y'all. Different. It's gonna call y'all nasty, but I'm not. I wash it like 2 to 3 times. See all that gut coming off? Yep, get it. Perfect. And if you're new to it, you can use the pot to stop it, to pour out the water. But Ben's is pretty good at washing.
Are you ready?
Yeah. You see the difference between this and the first time, but it's still,
A little dirty.
yeah.
A little dirty.
And now let it go all the way to the top.
Okay. Good?
Yep. Pour it off. Get that starch and that back off. And we'll give it one more wash. See, now you can see the rice.
I'm about to say, wow. It's like the oxtail.
Yeah. I think it's just impurities and stuff that just are on
This
the
probably why
rice.
you wash your gloves.
Nah, that's just weird. People been washing rice.
The free talking about you.
Gia is interested.
That's good.
I'd probably do it one more time. You see the difference?
I'm about to say it's like clear as day.
Yeah. And some people use like a strainer to wash their rice in if that's more convenient for you. And you can do it this way. That way. I do it this way.
Now, if a rice fall in there, I ain't going to get it.
It's not worth it.
At this point, you're right?
Yeah. And then we're gonna pour in. This holds 4 cups.
Okay.
Yeah. So then we're gonna pour in another 4. That is. Get the rice off the side. Now, you can measure it this way, but some people use the Asian 2-finger method where you put it in and the water comes up to here, which is the method I normally use. But I know you can use both methods. They both turn out fine. So I think I put a little bit too much in here to begin with, over 4 cups. So,
It's good?
yeah. We're going to close the pot up. I put a little bit of salt, like a sprinkle, because I don't like a lot of salt in my rice. And I know some people use butter. I put this on medium. And we're gonna bring it to a boil. And once it's to a boil, I get some aluminum foil, put it on top, put it on low, and let the rice steam.
Pretty easy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, can you pass me the salt, Benz?
Oh, yes. Gotcha.
Hey guys, the last time we checked in with you, our food was on the stove and in the oven for 45 minutes. Right now we are 2 hours and 15 minutes beyond that. It's 3 hours cook time at this point. We were thinking that it was going to take about 2.5 hours, but actually I think we're going to round out at about 3.5 hours. Why? Because like we explained to you earlier, different meats are different. This was a tougher oxtail, so it required longer to cook. So what we did, like we said again earlier, was that we took the meat out and we checked it, and it wasn't falling off the bone quite the way that I would like it to. So now it's cooking for a little bit longer, and we're going to add our butter beans, a little bit of ketchup, not to give it a sweet taste, maybe slightly sweet, but it's more to like thicken up the sauce and give it like a special flavor. But don't worry, it's not going to make your meat sweet. All right, let's do the oven first. All right. So you know what? Let me give it a little stir first, just in case any of my oxtail is sticking to the bottom, which, yay, it's not.
These are some good pots and pans.
You see all of this around the inner rim of the pot? Don't worry, that's going to come right out with a product called Barkeeper's Friend, and it'll be brand new looking again. All right. Here go our butter beans, and we don't drain it. We pour it in the liquid that it's submersed in. Oh, one more in there.
This Ben's friend.
Exactly. All right, now we're gonna stir this in.
Look at that color.
This is smelling amazing, Chris.
Yes.
All right. So that's good and submerged. Now we're going to add half of our potatoes and some more scallion into the mix. We actually have a little bit more Scotch bonnet. So let me tell you this at this point. When we tried it, I want it to be a little bit more spicy for my liking. So I want to add another half a Scotch bonnet into my concoction. So again, you do what you like depending on your spice level. All right.
Hold it.
And hold it for me? Thank you, babe. All right, get a little bit lower. All right, a little bit. There we go. You good?
Yep, I'm good.
A little bit? Yeah? All right, I think that's good, right?
Yeah.
Let me get a little bit more scallion in.
Yeah.
All right, that's good.
Yeah.
All right, so now I'm just gonna submerge these and let them cook and soften and absorb all of that amazing oxtail gravy flavor. And I really like this big wooden spoon because the heat that's coming out of this is really immense. So it allows me to keep my hand really far away from the pot because I feel like my hand's about to get seared right now.
And I'll do that.
All right. Crystal's coming in with a little bit of ketchup.
And you only do a little bit over the top, nothing extravagant. That's it. Just
You can see how much. You don't need a specific measurement for that.
and then we're gonna give it a good mix. Blend all the ketchup out.
And there's one more thing that I have to mention, and this is a big deal. So since we're cooking for you and we're cooking for you in real time, we did not let our oxtail sit overnight. Typically, I would not make oxtail without seasoning it and then covering it and putting it in the refrigerator for about 24 hours so that all of the seasonings lock in. We did not do that for time purposes. It still tastes amazing, but it would taste, I would say, about maybe 35% better if you let it sit overnight. So make sure that if you can, you season that meat and you just let it sit in the refrigerator overnight and you'll be so happy with the results. You know what? I'm gonna let the Scotch bonnet sit in here for a while and then I'm gonna scoop it out. I don't want it to stay too long. All right, we're good. We're gonna cover this baby up and check on it again in about 30 minutes. right, now we're gonna do the same thing on the top. So again, we're doing the same for our stovetop oxtail that we did for our oven oxtail. We are adding the butter beans. Pour close so it doesn't splash you. We're gonna stir that in really quickly. All right, that's good. Now let's
Rich color.
Yes. All right, good enough. All right, we're gonna stir this in, let it submerge.
Do you want to add the other piece of Scotch bonnet?
Yeah, let's add the other piece of Scotch bonnet. In the meantime, I'm gonna put some ketchup in this.
Let me pass it to you. That looks good. It's gonna be nice and thick.
All right. Will you do me the honors?
Absolutely.
See, guys, it's just a little drizzle.
We know some of you don't do it and some of you do, but like we said, you can make this recipe your own.
Yes, I've made it with and without the ketchup, and I like it both ways. Yeah.
Gravy thick like me.
Okay, all right, I think that's pretty good. Let's drop it in. I think we're about 30 minutes until being done.
Maybe 10
So maybe
minutes, because remember you said this one was a little spicier.
this one was spicier. Okay, so let's take that out in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna check back on the pot and check for tenderness in 30. See you in a bit. So our oxtail's been cooking for 3 hours and 50 minutes, 50 as in 50. We have 10 minutes to go because we realized it was going to take 4 hours for our oxtail to reach the tenderness that we like. In the meantime, in those last 10 minutes, I'm gonna put together a simple salad. If you do cabbage, because a lot of people like their oxtail with cabbage and rice and peas and whatnot, you can do cabbage or you can put together a vegetable, but we wanted something light, so we're just doing a salad. So we've prepared it on our cutting board. So now I'm just going to take it from the cutting board to my bowl. I like to use my hands, but if you like, you can use tongs, but it won't be as quick nor as efficient. All right, so now I have my lettuce in, and that's romaine lettuce in case I hadn't mentioned before. And what I like to do is to put all of my other ingredients kind of in quadrants. I just think that it looks pretty. Next, I'm going to go in with my cherry tomatoes. You may like your salad already tossed, and that's a good option too. You grab all of my cherry tomatoes. We shredded a little bit of carrots, so you might see little pieces of orange peeking through. Now I'm going in with my red peppers. And here goes some orange peppers. These actually look nice mixed up, so let's do that. Want a little bit more peppers actually. And then lastly, we're going to go in with our cucumber. And here we have a simple salad. Okay, hungry people, it is 4 hours since the beginning when we started, and we are back with our finished product. So let's see what this looks like. Can I borrow one of those oven mitts?
Absolutely.
Thank you, darling. All right, let's unveil at the same time. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, yes.
Potatoes,
Yes.
potatoes.
Let's give it a little stir. Take a look.
Nice and thick.
Yes,
Like
take a
Ben's.
look at this gravy.
And look at it falling apart.
Yes, that's what I want to see. I want to see the meat falling apart. Oh my gosh, this looks beautiful. So, as a reminder, this pot is the one that we cooked on the stove, and this pot is the one that we cooked in the oven. So come take a look at the difference. All right. Now let's just see, guys. Which one do you think? What differences do you notice between the two?
Color.
The color is a little different. This one cooked a little bit darker,
Yeah.
and this one clearly is a little bit lighter. But there is going to be a taste test.
Yes.
And Ben's is our resident taste tester, and she's going to tell us which one is better, if one is better, and there is in fact a difference. So like we told you in the beginning, we've never done them on the same day at the same time and compared the difference. It always tastes great, but since these were equal amounts of meat and identical ingredients, it's really comparing apples to apples. So let me have your little taste testing bowl. So first, we are going to try the one off the stove. Let me try to find you a smaller piece since it's just, this
That's
is
all
a
you
taste,
get.
it's just a taste.
And that's all you getting. Skedaddle.
Guys, look at this. You see how it's literally falling off of the bone.
All right,
That's
hurry up.
the goal. That's the goal. Okay. So we're gonna let it cool off. You won't have any taste buds if you eat it like that.
That's how I eat my
Hungry,
food,
hungry
piping
hippo?
hot.
Huh?
I eat my food piping hot like that. My soup,
That will literally
no, it won't. If you are,
sear your taste buds.
mine have been seared many years
That
ago.
means you don't have any anymore.
That's why my taste
You've
buds
done
are
it so many
good.
times, you don't have taste buds
Yeah,
anymore.
but,
All right.
So is it bad if I
Go ahead.
You can
judge
try.
me? You're gonna judge me if I eat this with my hands?
no,
No, you should eat it with your hands. This is a
Why are
taste.
you
This is just a
sure?
little
'Cause
taste.
yeah.
I would do it.
No,
normally,
we're not here to be
No
cute.
one's judging you. And if they do,
This is what
oh,
I would
wow.
really do in my kitchen. So
That's not, you gotta get that close.
She's like, I gotta eat another piece.
I know you got something going, right?
I'm like, what is she doing? I'm like, is there a piece of fat in there? No, it's the bone. Okay.
You gotta get all that meat off. You know how much that is
Yes.
for that?
Don't be wasting. Oxtail expensive as hell.
Oh wow. The flavor. I get a little potato.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna give you a little potato.
Gia got everybody hooked on potatoes.
Yeah.
Except
but you know
Esther.
what? But you need a fork for the potato. I'm gonna give
Why
you.
not? Look.
Dip it in the gravy. Oh,
You know I can make a fork out of anything.
I believe you.
Careful, don't burn.
It was the potato. See, it was the potato.
The potato sets it off, man.
What? That gravy, the flavors is. Oh my goodness.
We did it.
Y'all know I want to eat the way that I eat, but I ain't gonna do that for y'all because y'all gonna be in them comments, telling me some bins.
Okay. So you don't need to eat the entire piece
No, but
from the
Right
round
now,
pot.
eat it later.
Yes, we will leave it there. But
That was
now,
good.
where's my tongue? Oh, right here, right in front of me. So now we're gonna give you a piece from
Ooh, over some
the
rice.
oven pot.
Yes,
So let's
girl.
see. Let me try to find you a small piece to start out with.
Before she knock your head off.
Oh, these are all nice, gigantic
Maybe
pieces.
at the
Well, I'm gonna give you this one. It's a medium size, okay?
Medium.
You know what? Let me give you another what's in there. Hold on. I'm gonna give you another.
You don't want any confusion.
Yes. Here we go.
I'm gonna finish it. I'm coming back to you later. Don't worry.
All right.
I'll never forget you.
Right. Oh, all right.
Careful.
Okay. He usually wants us to wait.
I want you to be
Yeah.
safe. I'm here to protect you.
Oh wow.
Oh, the first pot didn't get the oh wow.
The first part got good.
It was good.
They're both really good, but
The oven.
The oven.
the oven for me,
The oven.
it is.
It's the oven for Ben.
Uh-huh.
Look at that. Look. I said, did you see how that fell off? Look at that. Hold on. Wow.
Yeah.
They're both really good, but this one is, yeah.
That's some big activity right there.
Big activity. You just saying that.
It's like I must know me. Look.
So, Crystal, why do you think that the oxtail from the oven is better than the oxtail on the stovetop in this scenario?
Oh, I'm not sure. Maybe it's more evenly cooked because it's in the oven. They both look really delicious, and I can't wait to taste them.
The gravy looks different.
I
Yeah.
feel like there's more gravy here,
There's definitely more gravy here.
but this
Yeah.
is like that meat got it sucked.
It's
the
so
gravy
Such
out.
the
so
flavor.
maybe
Yeah.
that's the reason why.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, that thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we have a clear winner according to
To
Ben's.
Ben's. We're gonna check it out
Yes.
later.
Feel free to
But
do
they
your.
both won. Nobody loses in this situation.
Okay. Feel
Cause that
free
was your pot you were gonna
to
take.
do your own
It's me and Giz's
taste
pot.
test. Now we're going to plate it, and then we'll be done. So stay tuned. Okay, guys. Now we're at the finish line. Let's get to plating. All right. So I'm just going to take a small little bowl, and then I am going to scoop my rice into it, and essentially I'm going to pack it as tight as I can, and I'm going to press down on it. Okay. So, disclaimer, I washed my hands before this because what I'm going to do is I'm going to pack it in really, really, really nice and tight. And then I'm just going to smooth around the edges. Ben's washed her hands too. If you haven't realized, it's a very sanitary house. Okay, so then it should look like this. You take it, you turn it over, and then you wiggle
Nice.
it out.
Wow, perfecto.
Yes. So you have a little rice mound. Next, I'm gonna take my tongue and I am going to lift my plate as to not drip. And I am going to choose some nice juicy pieces of my oxtail. Preferably the bigger ones. Oh my gosh, these bad boys are just dripping.
That's really.
Okay. So, and then I'm going to kind of lean it and stagger it on my rice mound. I think this is a big juicy piece right here. Oh yeah, look at the drip, look at the drip, look at the drip, look at the drip, look at the drip. Okay. Okay. So I'm just laying this, yes. I got a little piece of thyme there. Let's see, look how juicy you are. You're good enough, I like you. Okay. This is 3 pieces. I'm gonna do 4 pieces because they're pretty nice and big. All right. Here we go. There we go. All right. So that's our oxtail. You know what? I'm gonna do a little section for our guest of honor, our potatoes. Just a little bit on the side. And let me drizzle a little bit of butter beans on my oxtail. Oh yeah. Watching it slide down. Oh yeah. There we go. All right. Let's see. A couple more potatoes. Ooh.
Let me just get that little side for you.
Thank you, darling. Up. Bring it back, bring it back. Quick little fix. Handy dandy trash right here. And then we have a little space left for our salad. Hold on, I'm gonna grab another tong. So now I'm just gonna grab a nice little chunk of my romaine. I'm gonna grab some tomatoes.
Cucumber too.
Yes. Grab a couple of cucumbers.
So colorful.
Separate them. Yes. You grab some peppers. It's looking all right.
Wait a minute.
What? Okay. Wait. Oh, no. Actually, I'm not done. I'm not done. I would like a little drizzle of gravy on my rice. Just a little. And then I'm going to finish it off with a little bit of thyme. And this is our final result, our plated oxtail with rice and salad.
Wait.
No, you can't have it. This is mine.
Wait, I just hold on.
What?
Why? Oh.
Ben's.
Why my plate don't look like that? Now y'all know y'all make y'all plates like this, and now I learned how to make my.
I didn't even see.
Girl, why my plate don't look like that? Now we all learned how to make our plates look like that because y'all know y'all make y'all plates like this.
It's the power of the P, the presentation.
I was like, wait. Well,
with that, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you cooking with us. And if you made it this far, you have a plethora of information to make your own oxtail. If you do, please let us know. Send me pictures, send me anything. If you do, I'll post it on my Instagram story.
Yes.
We're doing all this in the sense of community because we just love to pour into each other.
You was over there eating?
No.
Did you have a secret plate as well?
She was over there eating.
Crystal.
I smell like oxtail.
Crystal, honestly, I think Crystal might have just been taking a little nap. Like I said, we've been at this. It's been cooking for 4 hours with the preparation, everything. This has been a long day of cooking. I know my makeup is melting off.
Like
I know.
Edible.
I know. I probably look stale. Listen, as long as the food ain't
No,
stale.
we look beautiful. The food is delicious and these faces eat.
Yes. Again, people, I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, toodles.
Bye.
Bye, guys.